The buy.
Yes. So I'm actually waiting for, because let's go to, okay, top. Let's even start before the other option. So let's go to like weekly so that we see what's happening.
Mm.
So for gold, for weekly, I don't think there's nothing much going on. All we can observe from here is these candles, these candle rejections. For last
Mm.
3 weeks, we have this long candle rejection. Following week, the same. And this week, we close with a doji candle too. So I'm expecting like more pressure, more buying pressure during the week. You get, because if you can see this candle now, it's like a morning star, right? Or how do they call it?
Mm.
Morning star, followed by another morning star again. This we can also call this one a morning star too, because there's no week at the top. You get
Mm.
this long week below. So I'm expecting like more buying pressure by next week, back to this level, this 5,500. I'm expecting more buys. So, but before then, let's go to the lower time frame. That's the daily. So on the daily, we can see this candle confirmation. Right? We can see after the doji, then the long bullish candle giving us a momentum. There's no a break, like there's no clear break yet, but I'm expecting price to break this level up, then a retest. Judging from this candle, right? Judging from this bullish engulfing candle.
From
So
the daily time frame.
yes, on the daily time frame. So on the 4 hours, that's where you start to see, like you can see a continuation pattern of like a reversal pattern. This can also serve as a reversal or continuation. So we call this pattern an ascending triangle, right? So once we have price close above this structure, we see like another bullish candle moving up the open of this week, or maybe even a gap to the upside, or when market open on Monday, then we'll expect price to retrace back to this level, right?
Mm.
We expect price to come back and give us a retest. We'll expect a break and close above, and that will be a very long buy. So we expect price to give us something like this, like this, small waves back, then back to the. We can even see like a new all-time high by this week or before this week end, because if we can, if we are able to break this level, then price will give us like a retracement like this. Then we expect even the break of this high, yeah, right? So,
I was expecting price to still come down to this
trend line
this no the other the 4-7 this thing because that is a doji unmitigated zone.
around this level,
No, not that level, the other level.
this one,
No, come down again.
this,
Yes.
wow,
I was hoping price to get to that zone before I could take comfortably take it by. Because then I was confused when you guys were buying last on Friday. I was like, why is everybody buying gold?
yeah. So for me, yeah, I feel it's because of this pattern I observe. Plus, you know, this when we get to the lower time frame, I'll show you. So what I'm expecting here, right,
Mm.
on this. If I see price giving me something like this, then I'll be so confident to take this setup. You get, because you
Mm,
see the same, you saw the same pattern here. We saw the same pattern here. This pattern like this, like this, like this. Here, then the break of this trend line, you get a minor retest. Then I know that if price is breaking this level, right? If for price to break this trend line and close above it, I know that okay, this price is like ready to buy. Plus the chart pattern or maybe more confirmation on the lower time frame, I knew that this market is going to buy all the way to this level. That was why I set my target there. So, but let's go to lower time frame so that you see clearly. So if I have price giving me this same pattern here, then I'll be so confident to buy because I have a clear break, a retest, then nothing will stop this market from buying from this level. You get, so that's my projection for this week on gold. And I will be waiting patiently to get this level or to get this pattern for my buys. Because on the 1 hour, did you see what I was telling you? I had
mm,
this retracement. This is a continuation pattern, bullish flag. So once I saw the price, I saw that price broke this level, this trend line. I knew that, okay, this market is ready to buy. That's why we are breaking this level. You know, if it is a downtrend, we are not supposed to break this structure, this neckline here. But
mm.
we had like a an inverse head and shoulder, right? We have this shoulder here, we have the head and the second shoulder. So for price to break this structure, it means this downtrend, this minor downtrending is over and price is ready to like start buying from there. So that was why I entered the buy. I entered the buy around this level. So when price broke here, retested this level, I knew that okay, since I didn't get my entry here, let me wait for a pullback, then I'll get the buys. So if I can see price, if I can see price giving me the same pattern, this same pattern around this level, then I'll gladly and I won't hesitate to enter my position by next week.
I was so focused on GU and EU,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why I didn't. So this week I was able to make good profit from them, reducing my drawdown on the account.
Okay.
Next week I want to take more advantage. And since I'm a beginner trader, I also realize that when I'm looking at so many markets, I get to miss opportunities. But if I'm focused on one, I get to know what I'm doing. Even AU, I closed out my AU too early because I was not so confident of my analysis. But at the end of the day, it went my way.
Yeah.
All of them.
So that's just it. It's a gradual process, right? If you take it
Mm.
gradually, that you get to like start getting used to the system. Once you like get that level of confidence on your setups, then you won't have problems. Okay, you get,
Yes.
you just take it slow and steady. Okay, just keep showing up. So all makes sense, man. Right. So let's proceed to the next pair. This is DXY. Okay, let's analyze
Mm.
this DXY because DXY have a whole role to play in the market. So let's start from the weekly.
But one thing I wanted to ask is if gold is buying, it then means automatically that GU and EU will start buying too, right?
No, those ones, there's no correlation there. The only correlation there is USD, right? But those ones, like, I don't think they respect the direction of where um where the bias of USD or JPY is heading to or GBP is heading to. So I think they operate on their own. You understand?
But if gold, if go, if USD is strong, they will be selling then.
The gold,
No, EU and GU.
yes,
If the strength of EU, if the strength of USD is strong,
yes,
EU and GU will be
yes.
selling.
Selling, yes. That's it. So um, so let's go over this DXY and see what's happening there. So for DXY, this is on the weekly, right? I mean, yes, weekly. So on this weekly, what do we observe here? Like, what can you tell me about this market? What is the direction of the market? What is the
So apparently, the sentiment of this market is bearish.
right?
After being bearish, it started consolidating and it broke downwards.
Yes. So
So market broke downwards, but I feel like it's already at this zone, at this support level.
yes,
Is this DXY?
yes, this is good.
Okay.
So let me go now so that you see the thing. So we had this price ranging from this resistance to this support, back to resistance to support. Then finally we broke this structure.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a change of character, right? Like a
Mm-hmm.
very good change of character.
To the
Then
downside.
to the downside, we broke this level, and currently you can see that prices has retested this level, and currently the price is still ranging, right?
Mm.
Yes. So after the break, we had price ranging. Then there's this belief or not belief, but there's this strategy that says if market is downtrend is trending down and for a reason it started consolidating, right? Started ranging. Market is
Mm.
likely going to break to the direction of the market, like the is going to break according to the structure. It's going to head according to the direction of the market, right? So what are we seeing now? We are seeing the range, a breakout, and a range again. So what are we expecting in this market? We are still expecting more push to the downside, right? So, but we are not
Yes, since it already broke that support line and it tested it,
yes.
we
So
give
we
it
are
one, two, three, three touches.
yes. So we are not going to judge from this level right now on this time frame. So we head down to the lower time frame, which is the daily, and see what's happening there on the daily. So on the daily, we can clearly see the range. Let me mark it up. You can see that price has been ranging around this level.
Mm.
Yes. So we have price ranging around this level. We had this range, range. So for you to know when market is like, okay, the correction is over and we are about to head to or we are about to see the next impulsive move, right? So let me take out these things so that. Hi, good afternoon. Someone just joined us.
Mm.
Morgana, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
So we are already in already. We've started sometimes. So we are discussing on DXY and possible opportunities for the week. So we are talking, we are breaking down the DXY. So what DXY mean is just simply the dollar index, right? So what DXY is doing right now has a lot of role to play um, on pairs like GBP USD, USD JPY, USD pairs as a whole. So we have to first of all go through DXY so that we know what will happen in the market this coming week. So we've been analyzing this from a higher time point, considering we are day traders, most of us here. So from the daily, from the weekly, we have price ranging around this level. We have the break of this structure, giving us a change of character. We also have price ranging around this level again. So we are expecting a break because if price is trending down, once there's a consolidation, price should break below and keep moving in the same direction. So we'll go to daily and see what's happening. So on the daily, we have price ranging again. But then it's not just ranging, but we are having like a, a pullback right now. The current phase of the market is a pullback phase. So we have this structure on the daily time frame, right? We have this structure that was taken out. Can you see this structure?
Yes.
So this structure, right, for price to break, because we have a minor bullish trend here, right? So price got to this resistance structure, drop back, move up small, then break this structure again. So what are we expecting from here? Our price is breaking below this support structure. What are we expecting?
I'm expecting a more sell because it feels like market is trying to form an M pattern. It's already giving a two touch
Very
on
nice.
this other line. So I'm expecting more sells.
Very nice. So, right. So we have this structure, and if you can look very well, like this is like a head and shoulder pattern. We have this level here. We have this, right? And this. So, and price is reacting from a resistance structure, right? So for price to break this level, it has to be like a shift in momentum, right? So let's take this out. I don't use just structures pattern, but I also have a trend line strategy that I use to. So I can connect my trend line from here. So this is still it's still a daily time frame though. So I have this structure, right? I have my trend line. So but for my trend line, it's telling me that this correction is still active. And we can still see price breaking above to this trend line before they drop. But that does not mean trend line is not something I rely on just alone. I have different confirmations before I take my trade. So if I didn't have my price on my trend line, I still have other um, confirmations I need in the market to still execute my trade, right? So like now I have price back to this resistance structure. Previously the support, right? But now when price broke this structure, it's automatically turned to the resistance. So I have price on my resistance drop, and I have like price came back to this level and it's giving me like a very good double top, right? So let's zoom out. And so this is where I consider my candle confirmation, right? This is where I confirm my candle confirmation. What pattern can we say this is? This can
This
be
is a doji candle.
a doji candle at a very strong support resistance structure, right? So this candle pattern is going to be like a very big plus to me because now I have I have price coming back to my structure. I have this doji candle. How many confirmation do I have now? Two. Plus market is trending down. So I have like three confirmation right now. I have what do I have? I have structure, market structure. I have a break and retest. All right. Price is forming. This double top is not fully formed yet, so I won't count it as a pattern for me or as a confirmation for me. So, but this candle pattern, I have candle pattern now. That's the third confirmation. And if you look very well, you can see that we have like a chart pattern. You get, I have this descending triangle, the same pattern on gold, but gold was ascending triangle, right? Choma, do you remember that?
Yes.
So we have like the same pattern around this level. Can you see?
Yes.
Price moved up, touched the trend line, moved down to this support structure, moved up again, and touched the trend line. So we have this break now. So that this is what we are expecting on gold, right? That market should break the resistance structure, give us a retest, give us something like this. Then I'll
Mm-hmm.
look for more buys on gold, right? So
Yes.
this DXY is giving us the same thing. Do you get?
Yes.
So what I'll be looking at now. So I have three confirmations already going on, right? Plus
Mm-hmm.
I can okay, let's go to the next lower time for more information. So you cannot see like you won't see like everything in detail. Just oh, 4 hours, right? Okay, let's still discuss on this um one daily time frame. So you can see this daily time frame now. I can connect this counter trend line, right? I can have this counter trend line. There's possibility that you know that this is a break of structure on the lower time frame. So let's just do
Mm-hmm.
so that see what we are doing. In as much as you are looking for buys, I mean sales, you should also be flexible to look for buys. You get back to this.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let me try this one first. Our Fibonacci level. Let's get it from the recent low, recent high, I mean, to recent low. Wow. So I have like four confirmation now. It's four sell confirmation. I have market structure, a break and retest of this structure. Then this what do they call?
61.8 fib level.
Yes, Fibonacci level. Then this candle pattern. So I have four confirmations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's move to four hours. In as much as you are looking for sells, you should still be flexible for the buys if there's opportunity for buys to
Me, the way I marked my own with my RSI,
yeah,
so that was why I was confused. I didn't take the sell again. Because when we told me that I went back to go and reread this chart,
yeah,
my RSI is showing me a sell on
yeah.
the daily time frame, on the 4 hour time frame, on the 2 hour time frame, and on the 1 hour time frame. And
Okay.
that was why I stayed out of the market yesterday because I was like, nah, I don't know what this market is doing, but I needed the buy to break a trend line before I could comfortably enter the market for a buy.
So this is it. We have price giving us this level, right? So if we
Mhm.
can also see price coming to this level, right? Can see price dropping to this level, react on this trend line, move up back to this trend line. You get the
Mhm.
market is a game of probability. So there's every possibility that market will give us this before they drop to the
Mhm.
downside, right? So if market give us that structure, then we can mark this, right?
Mhm.
Can mark this. We have a chart pattern. We have a chart
Mhm.
pattern, right? So if um market does this during the week, we are still cool, right? We are all waiting for confirmations. We are not just entering the market blindly, right?
Mhm.
This can actually be our what we'll be looking out for during the week. But once we have the break of this structure, like once price drop and break this level, this trend line, support structure, right? Once we have the break of it, then there's every possibility that market will just keep dropping all the way to this level, right? But there's still every much possibility that price will drop to this level, then push up before the main drop.
So if market is buying again, the GU and EU will be selling.
Then yes,
But if market is selling,
then
GU and EU will be buying. Okay.
so this is it
For
for
DXY.
DXY. So let's watch out on this setup by next week and see what will happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch out. But then we need to like take advantage of the short move because we are not swing traders. So we take advantage of short moves. So on short moves, we have this structure. Since we are expecting price to drop to this level, right? We have a double top right here on 1 hour, right? So if we go to 30 minutes, you'll see it very clear. You'll see the break of that structure. You'll see the break of this structure, right? You see the break of this structure.
Yeah.
Yes. So market is currently reacting. Price has moved up, like giving us like a retest, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we can actually take advantage of this
The shorts buy.
the short sale, I mean, before the buy. Because we are projecting price to come back here. Because price is reacting at this 61.8, right? So there's every possibility that price will drop back to this trend line if it will eventually go back up. We get
Yeah. But if the market opens and DSY moves up and try to retrace, that would be a buy for GU or EU.
yes for sell, but if DXY is selling, then shortly, I mean, for the short moment, GU and E will be buying. You get.
Mm-hmm.
We can also like mark this structure. We can also get a Fibonacci level where this price is likely going to, because this price has been moving up for a while now without like a good retracement. So we can also mark our Fibonacci level to see where market is likely going to retrace back to before we push we get. So there's every possibility that market push. Can you see my screen?
Show me the Zoom.
Okay. So there's every possibility that this market will drop back to this level before the main push we get. So let me just try to keep it simple so you don't get confused. But the what I'm trying to say here is market this market is likely going to drop to this level before maybe we push up again if there's any chance of this price going even higher from here, right?
Okay.
So let's move to give well let's analyze UJ first. I had this guy. Well, let's go to the weekly. Let's go to the so on the weekly we have this double top. So the same thing. You can see that DXY and UJ are moving like same, forming the same. So that's it. Then we don't have to say much on this UJ, right? Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing that is happening on DXY that is going on. So let's go to the daily and see okay, the daily and see what's happening. Because on the daily, I love reading candles, right? So this, I had this, I had this. So this rising wedge, you break out, you retest. So just the same thing as the XY. I have a trend line above, trend line to low. I can see that market is almost at the trend line right now. You get giving us a candle pattern around this doji candle. Right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah. This candle, but we can see price giving us like a double low. Not a double low. This is actually a chart pattern. Another chart pattern. I mean, try a symmetrical triangle. And connect your trend line here today, and it will give you a symmetrical triangle, which is a continuation pattern. The market structure is bearish. Do you believe?
Mm, yes.
Why? Why
The
did you?
sentiment.
Why did you say it's bearish?
Hold on, because if you draw your trend line,
Yes.
if you draw your trend line from like moving upward, market has already broken that trend line.
Which of the trend line?
I can't access your screen, but if you draw your trend line from 145
Yes.
all the way down to 158,
Mm.
market broke the trend line already and is trying to react to the trend line.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
from 145, if you draw it all the way up to 158, that trend line is already broken.
yeah. So we can say that this market is still like bearish. So let's move to 4 hours so that we see it clearly. So from 4 hours now, you can judge that this market is still very much bearish. There's so much lines going on. Let me take them out so that we take them together so that. So what this market did there is the break of this structure. You get break of this structure, a retest of this broken structure here. So currently price is still going to break this level, right? We have this structure right now going on, or this level, right? Rather. So can you see that this is still giving us like a descending triangle, right? The same thing that is going on gold. So once we have this price back to this level, then a breakout, then we expect this is going to be our next target, USDJPY, right? So, but then we need, because market is reacting around this level now, so we need to see a drop from here to this level. Then, if there's possibility of breaking out on this structure, a retest, then we
More drop,
we proceed. Do you understand?
which is going to be buy for GU and EU.
Yes, exactly. We are still going to get to them to analyze them. But this session is going to end in 2 minutes. If there will be opportunity, or if we still have time, you can still join. Then we'll just go over them briefly because there will not be much work then because we've already analyzed the XY. It's just very minor things to do. So this is what I'll be expecting on GU, a break of this structure, then a retest, then the major move. Is there any question?
No, I don't think so.
What
For
of
me,
you?
from my part.
Oh,
No question.
so you understand what? No worry, I'll drop the record on the group, right, for others to watch. Is that okay by you guys?
Yes.
So, I mean, let's join back so that I'll do the next one quickly. Because this session is ending in just 1 minute. So I'll stop.
Okay, me, I have to go and prepare for work.
All right, no problem. I'll share all the recordings. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
Sorry, you are just joining. Don't worry, I will share a link for you guys to join. You get iPhone. Can you hear me? Hello. iPhone, can you hear me? So I will share the link for you guys to join now on the group. Because this session is ending in 1 minute. I will share link for you guys now. Thank you.